What is up, guys? This is Long John here, and today I'm bringing you a tutorial on the Black Ops 3 paint options you can do for your gun. You can kind of create like your own little custom ammo on a designated area of the gun. And today I'm doing the Hyper Beast Camo, and the Hyper Beast Camo is a very rare camo in CS:GO. So basically right here I laid a nice like blue overlay of the basic color of the camo. Now I went into the basic tools and found these things that kind of look like the teeth off the Hyper Beast. So I'm making them that nice orange color. I'm lining them up. It is kind of, I do like this system a lot better. It kind of reminds me of like the old Black Ops, like emblem creators, but like basically it's kind of like Photoshop and stuff, which I'm real familiar with because I am majoring in graphic design in college, and so these layers and stuff like that is kind of familiar to me. So I really like how they added that, how you can just switch from a lot of multiple layers like back and forth. And I think the limit's like 60 something, and I end up using a lot. I think I use like 54 or something like that for this this camo. So it's a pretty in-depth camo, but a lot of it's just the designated teeth marks and stuff. So right here I just set the teeth, and then I added a black square for the mouth area, and then I used the paint splat because in the Hyper Beast logo there's these pink, almost like tendon saliva looking things. So on the bright pink splat, kind of, if you like angle it towards to where the main part of the paint splat isn't on the camo, it kind of resembles those veins and stuff like that. So now I'm adding the bottom row of the mouth. And I chose this this guy. I think it's the X. Let's see. It's like the M8A7, and it has a good area. Like it has a lot of, like, some guns on this game, like it's just like a little bitty square that you can customize. But this gun has a good coverage, and so this is why I chose this gun. So I'm continuing adding like the pink veins throughout the gun, and I'll have a picture for you guys that aren't familiar with this. For this camo in CS:GO, but and then the green towards the back, and that's kind of like, I think that was like the tongue, not the tongue area, but towards the back of the Hyper Beast. It's kind of like this bluish greenish, and then the main body of it though is the light blue. And then I'm adding these pink splats, and be sure to move them behind the teeth because the teeth is in front of the gums and the veins and all that good stuff. So it really does give it a nice effect. And basically you just want to go in, and now I'm doing like the top of the gun because to make it look realistic you have to put the darks and the lights, the highlights and stuff like that. And you'll see me doing that a lot with like the teeth and stuff. So right here I'm going to use this shape as like the darker blue, kind of like a shading for the gum, and you put it behind the layers, but it does just give it like a nice just a nice effect. It pops out more. So just put that behind the paint splats, and it just kind of shows the top of the gum. And just continue to do that, and gives it a nice, it makes the teeth pop out and separates it from the rest of the body and the gums. Alright, and so now I'm adding, like there are like the dark spots in the splat to separate the gums. So I'm just using this to kind of give like a little more shading to the teeth and break up the big blob of pink that is on the gun. So I'm just putting separate little black things around here just to kind of break up because right now it's looking just real blocky and mixed together. So just add that, and it just gives it a nice feel to it. Just separates things, gives it a nice thick black line. And I'm continuing to do this. I kind of like did like a dark, kind of like a dark pink, not completely black, and that makes it look a lot better. And so now I'm gonna add like the eye to the Hyper Beast, and I've noticed, like, I've seen a couple people attempt the Hyper Beast. I'm not hating on anybody, but I haven't really noticed the eye from the Hyper Beast. If you look at the M4, the actual Hyper Beast on like the M4, there is the eye on the top of the handguard. So that's just a fun little thing I just added. I noticed T Martin, someone else made a hybrid beast on the Locust, and it's kind of that would be really challenging actually, because the Locust does have like a really tiny area to work with. So right here I'm just adding basic just like shapes to the eye, and underlying the eye to break it up and to give it its own like the eyebrow and the shading underneath, give it a more meaner look, not like such a cartoony effect. So we do have some of the main parts out of the way, the mouth, the gums, and a lot of this now is just the shading to make it look more realistic, like it could be the Hyper Beast camo. So right now I'm adding shading where the teeth overlap, just like a darker orange, and that really gives it a nice it really changes the look and gives it a nice effect that it wasn't just made in the Black Ops 3 paint editor. So I guess that's a tip for any camo, really, is just to add your highlights and darks and contours and stuff like that. It really does make things pop out and look nice. Another tip that I found, whenever you have a basic shape in the Black Ops 3 paint editor, you can, well, on the Xbox it'd be X, and on the PlayStation 4 it'd be square, but not when you're selecting the layer, because if you press X or square or you have the layer selected, it'll delete the layer. But while you're editing the contents in the layer, if you press square, it'll make it like just an outline of the shape. It won't have the middle color. So say you have the teeth and you want to give it a black thick outline to make it stand out and stuff, you can just change the color to black, press square, and there's an outline of the tooth you had. And right here, I just resized just the scribble, and it does break up and give it some of that, the darkness and the look that it had throughout the veins and the top of the Hyper Beast. So this is coming together quite nicely. So thank you guys for watching this, and if you have any questions, just comment down below. I might post this for you guys to download. I don't know yet, but down below leave some other suggestions you want me to make, other camos, other tutorials, and if you guys like this one. But that's all I have for today, so thank you guys for watching.